that is why it's so hard to trust online reviews. Hey everyone, I'm Tori the Crafty Girl, and today I'm going to give you an unsponsored, totally transparent review of the Vevor button making machines. Now, like with every new hobby that I acquire, I did a ton of research. I watched all the videos, I read all of the reviews, looked at all the different tools and why you would use them, and I found that the Vevor products had the best reviews, they had the best longevity, and then also they tended to be pretty user-friendly. So with that said, you may run into some problems, and I am going to talk about that here shortly. So the first machine that I picked up, I actually got this one on Amazon, and I think with tax, I paid $78. And this one is just a one size button maker. So you can get different dies to go in the different machines, and I'll share that with you because I did actually buy another one, and I'll explain why in a second. So this machine right here, I paid, I think, $78, and that included tax and shipping. I got it from Amazon. And I was really excited when it came. So again, with all the research that I did, I ended up going with just a one size machine. There are machines that you can get that you can swap out parts to have different sizes. In fact, I did get one of those, which I'll talk about shortly. But this one was the singular 1 1/4 inch button maker because that to me is the most common size. It's what I knew that I was going to be using. Also price point wise. So yes, you can find button makers from really cheap plastic that'll end up in the landfill. Don't buy those because they are garbage. To mid price, which is something like this. Again, 78, 70 bucks. That's pretty standard for this. And then you can also go up from there. So you can find them from $2,000, $5,000, thousands of dollars, depending on what your needs are. And if you're going to be using it more professionally, you definitely want to opt for those higher end items. Now, with that said, all the reviews were good. All the videos I watched showed how easy it should be. You follow the instructions, put it together, which is a snap. I don't even need to cover that for you because any video that you've watched on a button maker is going to show you. But you pop in this die in the center is magnetized. It just pops in magnet wise. You slide the little dies over, and then you have one side for the first part, and then you have the second side for the second part. It's a lot easier than I probably just made it sound. But again, easy. And when I watched these videos of folks making buttons, I was like, I can do that. That's simple. And for me, who is a neurodivergent person who is constantly in search of dopamine and an outlet for all of this energy that I have, I thought it would be perfect because I could draw something, I could paint something, I could design something, and then immediately print it out or take it and then turn it into something that would be wearable. And so I was really, really excited for the simplicity. It wasn't simple. In fact, I think that I ended up making like 25 duds to maybe 2 buttons that turned out. And I'm going to tell you, I did all of the research. I looked at every single troubleshooting video I could find on how to fix this machine because I thought, I mean, it has to be me, right? It has to be me because everyone else I saw was not having any issues. So I tried everything. You name it, and I tried it, and I still couldn't get it to work. So I decided, I'm like, well, I'm going to have to return this then. And I was very, very sad about that. However, it's me. So before I returned it, which I still haven't done yet, needs to be done, I went and bought myself another one because it's hard to do a review on an item if you don't have anything to compare it to. Because like anything, like technology in general, like anything that we use, you may have those one-off, items that are just damaged for whatever reason. They come off the assembly line and they have a nick in them, or they have, a die that isn't leveled correctly. Whatever the issue is, that's not user error. That is product error. And so I needed to figure out whether it was user error or product error. So I did buy this new one. Now, this new one that I got, I'm gonna tell you, beautiful. Works like a charm. Love it, love it, love it. Would recommend. Okay, So this is the new one that I got. Now this one I bought from the Vevor.com website. I went directly to the manufacturer, and because in my brain I'm thinking, oh, well, if I got that one from Amazon, yes, I can return it, but what if I needed, any sort of support? There shouldn't be support, but what if I needed that? So I went to the Vevor.com website and I got this one, and this one's actually a 3-in-1 machine. So not only can I do 1 1/4, but I can also do 1 inch, the little tinies, and then 2 1/4. So this one has 3 different button sizes. So right there, this is probably the one I should have gone with at first, but I was thinking monetarily and not, what I actually wanted to do with it. But here's the kicker. This cost me the exact same amount as that one. I know. I don't know if it was just because I went to the website, but it seems like that's the regular deal. So this one was $78, free shipping, okay? And it did get here, I think, in about a week. And that was during the holiday, rush. So I was pretty pleased with that. Also, the first time I used this, it worked without any issues. I didn't have to do any of the random troubleshooting that I had to do on this machine over here. So that right there told me, if it really is this simple, there's something defective with this machine. So that made me feel a little bit better about returning it. Now, if you do still want to purchase this one, this style, one of the things I did notice is that Vevor has, even though they're all the same machine, they're kind of made differently. Like this one is heavy AF. I'm gonna tell you, this one is like, I can barely lift this. This is probably at least 25 pounds. It definitely feels heavier than my dog, who is 20 pounds, but it's metal. And so, I thought this one would be great because of the heavy duty aspect of it. That really doesn't matter. It's just really heavy. It takes up a lot of space. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, heavy duty is good. Maybe it'll last with longevity. But again, that one is broken and doesn't work. This one is super light. I mean, I can pick this one up with one hand. Easy peasy. The most important parts though are metal. So the inside dies are metal. That's what you have to be very concerned with. I don't know if I like that the outside pieces are plastic. It does feel a little bit cheaper than say the metal one, but because the dies themselves are metal, that's the most important thing. I would be careful with this handle because it is reinforced plastic, but with anything, it's plastic, so it can certainly break over time. So this is it. Easy to transport, easy to use. It works so well. 3-in-1. And with these little machines, so the way they work, again, you have your little dies. So this little top right here, again, magnetizes, just pops up in there. And then you have this side over here, this little die is gonna hold the metal backing and then the image. And then if you're using a Mylar on top, which you typically would, and it comes with it. The little Mylar is the seal, the plastic that's going to keep it protected. You can also use, something like this. I got this for my Cricut stickers a really long time ago and just found it. And I thought, maybe I'll try it. Totally worked. And then you don't have to use Mylar as well. So another way you can use that. And then this side over here is just where the pin back goes. And then you just clamp it down. I mean, that's it. I'll show you a full demonstration here in a second because I want to show you, since I showed you how one that doesn't work looks, I want to show you how easy it does work. Now, is it still possible that you might have issues with your machine? Absolutely. Again, these machines are not perfect, especially these. They're mid-price, right? They're not meant for professional use. So I would say, overall, my recommendation for this machine, if you are a hobbyist and you want to give it a try, and maybe you want to make some buttons for your small business, or you want to try small batch for a business, this would be a great tool to use. Now that I've had a chance to make a bunch of buttons that are working, I feel like I'm probably gonna invest in a better machine in the new year, but I'll keep you posted. And again, I'll give you a full and honest review on one of those if I do end up getting one. Who knows? By then, my hyperfixation might change to whatever the next big thing is. Now, one of the things with these machines, I will say, people were so excited about them coming with these little books. I don't know what the hoopla is, okay? The reason that I'm making buttons is so that I can make my own designs and print them. But I guess if you wanted some testing, some tester buttons, or maybe if you have kids that want to get into button making, they do come with some kind of cute little things that you can use. So they do come with these little books. They also come with, depending on your machine, I think you can get like 300 sets or 500 sets or 1,000 sets, whatever, you know, just look at the amount of sets it's going to come with. And then you can also, of course, purchase those additional parts for the machine from Vevor.com or anywhere that you choose. Again, I think Amazon.com certainly has them. All right, so this is as simple as it's actually supposed to be. So we have our little graphic here that I've already cut out. You take your little metal back piece over here, and then we're already over here on the left. We're gonna take that and we're just gonna set it right in the center. It fits perfectly. We're also going to grab, because this one doesn't have a plastic layer on it. So we're going to grab this little piece of Mylar. It does come with all of this. And you do need to make sure that your graphic matches perfectly with the same size. So that is one of the tips that it does tell you, which could be a reason why some of your buttons may not be coming out correctly. I'm going to tell you that was not the reason. I did everything perfectly, I promise you. So we have this. So now we're going to place this in our button maker. There are some aligning tools to align this as well. And then we're going to slide it over. Okay, easy so far, right? Then you're going to take your button back. Now I'm using these plastic pin backs that they sent. They also have metal pin backs included, but we're just going to go with this one right here. We're going to place that in. Okay, right? You with me so far? So now what's supposed to happen? I'm going to take my handle and I'm going to place it down, add a little pressure, click this to the side. It's no longer here because now it's up inside the machine. The machine has gathered all those. It's kind of in a holding pattern. And now what it's going to do is it's actually going to press down with a lot of pressure onto the back, and it's going to crimp it to the back of your pin. So that's how this actually works. So you're just going to hold on, pull down, press it all the way down, and now we should have ourselves a perfect button. And that's how easy it is supposed to be. So my overall recommendation, would I recommend the Vevor button making machine? Yes. Absolutely, I would. I think it's a great mid-price machine, especially for small businesses or for hobbyists. I think that the ease of use is fantastic if you don't have a defective machine. And if you do run into any issues, if you buy it from the Vevor.com website, I'm pretty sure it comes with like a 12-month warranty, which is pretty awesome. You can also very easily buy additional supplies online, and they do ship very quickly. So I would say, yes, I would purchase this again. I love this tool. I will be returning this monstrosity right here. How much, stress and anxiety it gave me thinking that I did something wrong when I didn't. So if you do run into something like that, it's time to return it. It's time to reach out to the company and get a new one. So that is it. Hopefully you found this helpful. And until next time, everybody, see ya!